My last 3 videos have all been about my prequel era displays, and since I have everything set up, I figured I'd just do an original trilogy 1-2. Instead of breaking this into 3 videos though, I decided to do it in just one. What you're looking at right now is part of my A New Hope action figure collection. This is just a display I set up with everything else. In the front row here, you can see a bunch of different A New Hope main characters on the light side team. A couple different Lukes in there, a vintage collection X-Wing Luke, Biggs Darklighter in there, vintage Han Solo, Black Series Han Solo, vintage Leia, Old Ben, a few other figures. Over here I've got a Vader figure, a bunch of vintage and non-vintage Stormtroopers. A couple Tusken Raiders. This is the vintage Luke speeder back there with the vintage Luke and C-3PO in there. I've also got a escape pod and the Old Ben versus Darth Vader duel kind of going on right there. So that's kind of the A New Hope era, but there's a little more we're going to get to a little later. Going over right here, I also have 3 more A New Hope kind of creatures. I've got the Dewback, I've got Jabba as he appeared in A New Hope, and I've got the Ronta with the Jawa right there. Going over to here, I've got my Empire Strikes Back display. So in here, basically, you'll see a ton of snowtroopers and some other Empire characters. Starting over here, I've got another X-Wing pilot Luke, this one from Dagobah, so I decided to put him next to Yoda. Got R2-D2 and C-3PO as he appears in Empire Strikes Back, all broken into pieces. I put the Ugnaughts next to him because they're the ones who were kind of scavenging him and about to melt him into plastic. Into scrap metal is what I meant to say. Over here we got Lando Calrissian and some of his other Cloud City people. We got Lobot, a couple Stormtroopers, vintage Tauntaun and Han Solo's riding it, vintage Wampa. In the back you see a vintage Snowspeeder with a few X-Wing pilots, they're all vintage as well. Up at the front I've got a couple of Cloud City Luke Skywalkers. And over here you'll see some of my Hoth figures. Now this isn't the Hoth Han Solo, but I got Hoth Luke right there. And then a bunch of Power of the Force 2 Hoth Troopers. I army built these guys because I was getting them for $1 a piece one day at a store, so I was like, I'll just buy 5 or 6 of them because it was only $6, and yeah, called it that. So that's kind of it for Empire Strikes Back, and let's move over to Return of the Jedi. So Return of the Jedi has definitely got the biggest segment because it also will include my Jabbas Palace guys. But starting off in here, I've got a vintage AT-ST with an Ewok using their hang glider thing riding on top of it. I forget that Ewok's name now. Got Palpatine in the back with his red guard. I have a bunch of different Endor rebels / other rebels. You can see I've got a few Ewoks up here. I have 2 Wickets by accident and 2 Logres. I had that that set. My brother gave me his, so I got 2 of each of those guys. We have another Ewok over here, but I'm forgetting his name. We've got C-3PO in the chair, 4 different Scout Troopers here, 3 of them are vintage, and a couple Imperial Admirals. Also down here, you'll see Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader in Vader's dying moments. This Vader also comes with a removable helmet and arm. I also have both of their lightsabers next to them. Moving down over here, I've got a few more Return of the Jedi things with the Power of the Force 2 Rancor and Jabba Slime, and just a random Luke figure right there. That takes us up a little ways into the Jabbas Palace section of the display. So up here I have all my Jabba figures, and I have a video detailing each one of them individually. Just click on the link right up here. But just to go through briefly, we've got 6-inch Jabba, we have the Vintage Collection Skiff, a bunch of Skiff guards on it, and then all of Jabba's figures just kind of set up along there. Now I did say we were going to have one more A New Hope segment, and I think you guys saw a bit of a sneak preview in this, or of this in my other videos, but basically down here I've got a bunch of bounty hunters. So there's actually Empire bounty hunters in here too, but essentially over to the left here we've got Cantina aliens. All these guys are from A New Hope. We've got Dr. Evazan, we got Ponda Boba, we've got Falmadama, or not Falmadama. Falmadama's the Jedi, this is just Muftak. We've got Hammerhead, a few different Cantina aliens basically. Then we've got some Empire Strikes Back bounty hunters. We've got Zuckuss, Forlom, Bosk, Dengar, couple vintage Snaggletooths, Garendans from A New Hope. Then I've got the lineup of bounty hunters pretty much again vintage. And there's Jango Fett, I don't have a Boba over here. Then I have Pod Racer flags from Phantom Menace, but we covered that in the Phantom Menace video. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I think those are all the original trilogy figures I have briefly summarized, but if you want to see a video going through every single figure in a lot more detail, I can totally do that. Just comment that down below. But this was just a quicker one for today. If you enjoyed today's video, we're really getting close to 300 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd consider helping us get that final couple subscribers. Also, please like the video, and overall, just thank you so much for watching. Hope all of you have a really good day today, and the Force be with you, and stay safe, guys. Peace.